We've heard about Table 7.
Oh, no. It's Lucky Seven.
Lucky 7.
Y'all hear about the cruise line, right?
Yeah, if there's bowling on the cruise line, yeah, maybe.
When does Splitsville go on the cruise boat?
Okay, so we have Keith Bradford here, Vice President of Downtown Disney, and Ken Potrock, Senior Vice President of Disney Sports Enterprises and Downtown Disney.
Great.
Hi, folks.
So we have fun jobs.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
do.
We do have fun jobs.
You were here to promote party. So with Splitsville, did you guys approach them or did they approach you actually about coming and relocating here?
I think they reached out to us about 6 years ago. I used to oversee operating participants with our leasing third parties, and I first talked to them about 6 years ago. And we immediately went over and saw their facilities. Although I will tell you, we knew from our guests that this type of offering was something they had been asking for some time. So there's definitely a mutual interest.
Do you expect more business to come from out-of-town guests or from locals?
You know, we've got all of those here, right? We've got Downtown Disney is a huge mix of tourists and locals and convention guests across the board. So we see all types of guests using this. The facility's perfect for that. If you notice, you got 2 floors, so you can divide guests in that way. In fact, we're gonna do that by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday each week at 10:30. We're gonna make upstairs 21 and over. All right, so that can get a totally different vibe going. But the way that the facility is designed with the lanes set up in different areas and different heights, we can break the facility up for maybe it's a convention group, or maybe it's a local birthday party in the in the afternoon, and maybe it's a tourist doing one thing. So it's a great flexible space.
Paul, we think that what you'll typically see is all at the same time. You'll see a convention group on half a dozen lanes. You'll see a multi-generational family bowling and just for family togetherness, and you'll see a local on date night. Coming here to have a great night out. So, I mean, I think it has that kind of diversity and appeal, and that's very exciting for us.
And I anticipate having leagues.
Excuse me?
You anticipate having leagues, and that's part of the bowling experience.
I don't think so. I would think about this just purely recreational in nature, impromptu. The pricing model doesn't set up well for leagues as well. What we want to do there is give people an idea of how long they're going to have to bowl. So you're going to have an hour and a half to get in many games as you want. And they're going to charge you based on an hour and a half model, which is $20 at peak time for an hour and a half, which includes shoes, and it's $15 in off-peak.
Can you share a little bit more about how the menu is conceived and collaborative nature between Disney and
Go ahead.
Well, they're very innovative. The Splitsville team is very innovative. They went out and hired a chef some number of years ago to help them begin to create a menu that is unlike what you would traditionally expect. So if any of you have been to traditional bowling alleys, the food is typically a hot dog and a Coca-Cola, maybe some French fries. They wanted to go a completely different way. And again, one of the things that they were able to do is start looking at, well, sushi, where would that ever fit in a bowling alley?
Yeah.
Where does a filet mignon slider fit? Where do hand-tossed pizzas fit within that kind of environment? Because they looked at it not as a traditional bowling facility, but really as an evening out. And some people may go there first and foremost for dining. Others may go first and foremost for bowling. Others still may go there first and foremost to watch, the Ohio State Buckeyes, on TV. So there's a lot of different ways to access, but all of them want great food. And I don't know if you had a chance to sample any of the food, but they have great food.
I have that's going to be my new lunch place for a while, that's for sure.
To work that off.
Yeah.
What's going on worldwide of sports, or wide world sports these days?
Well, a lot of things happening. For those of you that don't know, the Wide World of Sports Complex is the preeminent multi-sport venue in the nation. So we're really excited about it. We host 70 different sports there with hundreds of different events on an annual basis. This week, we're hosting the Pop Warner Super Bowl. And so we have nearly 20,000 football players and cheerleaders at the complex as we speak, competing for the Super Bowl of youth football. So very exciting. And immediately upon their departure, we'll have a soccer event. And immediately upon their departure, we'll have a volleyball event. And on and on and on and on. So it's a very exciting property. Continues to grow. We just expanded it just a couple of months ago with more fields. and we're going to continue to expand the property as we go because we have more demand than we actually have capacity.
What's the biggest demand these days in terms of?
Well, there's a couple different ways to think about it. Pop Warner is one of our biggest events. Cheerleading, varsity cheerleading is one of our biggest events. Soccer is one of our biggest events. But the biggest event we have on this property is coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. And it's part of a brand we call Run Disney. We're the second largest endurance company in the nation. And we have the largest endurance event anywhere in the world. This coming January, it'll be our biggest ever. We'll have 67,000 runners competing over the course of that weekend, and probably another 50 or 60,000 spectators coming with them. So the Run Disney brand is a very exciting brand. And by the way, a great brand, because imagine you're a runner, you get your medal, where are you going to go next, right? You're going to come down to downtown Disney, you're going to want to show off, and maybe you want to bowl a little bit. So it'll be that kind of complimentary experience.
What do you think that Splitsville is going to do for this side of downtown Disney?
Well, the west side is largely an entertainment district when you think about it. It's Cirque du Soleil, right? House of Blues Concert Hall, Disney Quest, AMC Theaters, all great entertainment venues. I think this is another addition to that. To help even solidify it even further on that. But we also know we needed some restaurant capacity, and you just heard Ken talk about the menu, and I do believe people will go there just to eat. They will never even think about bowling, and so that it'll get us some of those additional restaurant capacity that we needed on the west side. It's just going to be a great place for locals to hang out as well, birthday parties, and I think that the whole group dimension that we just didn't have a great facility for that. This is going to be that for them.
And we've been working very hard on, how do you continue to refresh, downtown Disney, both the west side and the entire property. And this is, I think, a really great foothold in doing that with more to come.
What about the 20th anniversary of the marathon? So some new twists and turns. What does that involve?
Well, the one key twist and turn that I would tell you is, one, the medal is unlike anything we've ever done before, and so that's a huge badge of honor, a huge recognition device that our runners want. But number two, the most exciting thing is we have a surprise for our runners. We haven't announced it, but the 20th mile is going to be unlike anything we've ever done before in terms of an experience for our runners.
I have friends who are running it. I'll have to hint to them.
Be ready.
20th mile is going to be pretty cool.
When are you going to announce this for 20th mile? Or you're just going to find out?
I think they're going to find out when they hit that mile marker.
Sold out?
Great.
Sold out. We've been sold out for quite a while.
That's with the time frame, the hour and a half. If you're in a peak time, are people just going to be kind of ushered out if their time is up? Is that going to happen to keep people in?
We need that. So they're not taking reservations. So you walk up, and then you'll say, okay, I want to bowl. And they'll be able to quote you a time because we know the sequencing of it. So people will understand, as their time's running out. They'll be given a 10-minute warning that their time's running out so they can start to prepare.
And the nice part from a service perspective is there's a lane concierge. So they'll not only bring you your bowling ball and your shoes, and if you had food at another table and you went to your lane, they'll transfer all that for you. But they'll also be the people that come by and say, hey, I just want to let you know 10 more minutes. And
That's great.
they have concierge at all of their Splitsville concepts.
Thank you, gentlemen.
But it lives good for great service, guest service for us.